Let's continue with our inequality example here. We were just fixing to reduce this inequality. So what I want to do is isolate x. So I'm going to add 5 to this piece, add 5 to this piece, and add 5 to that piece. So what I'm going to get is 3 is less than x is less than 7. So it's open. So x values lie between 3 and 7, not including the endpoints. And we can see that here. If I'm on the real number line and I go 2 units to the right, that's 5, 6, 7. And 2 units to the left, that's 5, 4, and 3. So we can see that definitely is intuitively what we know to be true. So inequalities not difficult to solve. So let's look at a word problem. We have more and more word problems that are going to sneak in here as we go further into pre-calculus, but right now we're just doing a mad dash of Algebra 2 review, so I'm not worried very much about including a whole lot of word problems yet. So a carnival has 2 plans for tickets. Plan A has a $5 entrance fee and 25 cents a ride. Plan B has a $2 entrance fee and 50 cents a ride. How many rides would you have to take for Plan A to be less expensive than Plan B? So let's turn these words into math. We want Plan A to be less expensive than Plan B. It didn't say anything about being the same, so there's no equal sign. So I want to know if I have, we'll talk about Plan A here. Plan A has a $5 entrance fee and is charging 25 cents per ride. We'll call that R. We could call it X, we could call it anything. Plan B is charging $2 and then an additional 50 cents per ride. So I turned those words into a math equation that we can now put in this inequality and solve and see for what R values, how many rides, for what R values would this be a true statement? Would Plan A be less expensive than Plan B? So let's fill in A and B in our inequality. 5 plus 0.25R needs to be less than 2 plus 0.50R. So again, this is a bigger R value than this is, so I'm going to subtract 0.25 from both sides. That's going to leave 0.25 positive R's over here, and I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. That's going to leave 3 on the left-hand side. So if I were to turn around and write this with our variable on the left-hand side, it has to be true that 0.25R is greater than 3. And now I'm just going to divide both sides by 0.25. So 3 divided by 0.25, or 1/4. That's easier for me to do in my head with the fraction. 3 divided by 1/4 is 12, not equals, but greater than. So Plan A is going to be less expensive than Plan B unless you ride more than 12 rides. So they ask in question, or sorry, they ask in words. We're going to answer in words. Plan A is less expensive after 12 rides. So not difficult. The most difficult part of that was actually setting up and changing the words into mathematics. So when we'll get more and more practice with that, don't let that worry you. So there we are. That's it for inequalities. Come to class next time and we'll work some homework problems.